new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another.
The Bible says in this passage to love one another. It does not say to love only those who are Christians, or to love only those who share the same belief. People seem to have forgotten this simple rule, maybe out of fear, or maybe since they do not know anything about other religions besides what is in the media. Schools are teaching less and less about different religions, leaving students to know only what they see in the media and what they've learned for 3 days in 7th grade. The lack of religious education in school is leading to religious intolerance. Religion should be taught more in depth in schools to bring religious tolerance back into the world.
According to Center for American Progress, 55% of Americans do not know very much about Islam, while 25% know nothing at all. Despite this lack of knowledge, 38% of Americans have an unfavorable view of Islam, and 35% believe that Islam is more likely to encourage violence than other religions. This problem is only growing with the recent terrorist attacks committed by ISIS. People are grouping ISIS and Muslims into the same category, whereas they are vastly different.
Muslims who commit terrorist attacks do exist, just as a few members from every religion does. But according to a study done by the FBI, terrorism committed on U.S. soil between 1980 and 2005 found that 94% of the terror attacks were committed by non-Muslims. Attacks can come from anyone, from any religion, but Americans have a tendency to only focus on the attacks committed by Muslims.
People struggle knowing the basic facts on not just Islam, but all religions as well. A recent test conducted by the Pew Research Center tested people from many different beliefs on their knowledge of all religions, and most got less than half the questions correct. I was curious about this, so I asked a few students from my school some simple questions on different religions to see how much they knew.
Can you name the 5 major religions?
No.
You know who the founding father of Buddhism is? No, that's alright. Can you name the 5 pillars of Islam, or any of the pillars of Islam?
No.
That's alright, thank you. You know why Passover is celebrated?
Easter or Judaism?
Not quite. Do you know what Ramadan is? Okay.
I found that students at my school did not know much about religion either. This did not come as a shock to me.
I have experienced the lack of religious understanding in my own life as well. Almost my entire life, I have lived in a predominantly Christian town, with 98.5% of the population being Christian or of no religion. And my own religion of Judaism is somehow at the sizable and generous percent of less than 0.01% of the population. In elementary school, my classmates would ask me all the time why I did not celebrate Christmas or why I had never been to church. This was elementary school, so it was understandable why children would ask me basic questions on my religion. But oddly enough, as I have gotten older and am now a junior in high school, I find myself answering even more of the same questions I was asked in elementary school. Just the other day, I had a girl older than me ask me,
So is Hanukkah like the replacement for Christmas for you guys?
No, it's not like a replacement. It just happens to be around Christmas time.
But that's far from the strangest question I've ever been asked about my religion. I've been asked,
Judaism as in you Jew?
So, what do you do on Christmas then?
What's your god's name?
Can you speak Jewish?
Hey, you know my friend Seth Rogen? He's Jewish too.
So, were any of your family in the Holocaust?
Do you guys even decorate for Christmas?
But you don't look Jewish. Ryan does.
Right, so if you're Jewish, why don't you wear the little hat-looking thingy?
the lack of religious education in schools is a main reason why people do not know much about religions besides their own. Religion in my school was taught for a few days in the 6th grade and a few days in the 7th. Afterwards, religion is not taught unless a student decides to take a religion course in college. The few days religion is taught in middle school is not enough for students to gain an understanding of religions besides their own. If more religious education was taught in schools, there would be less of a knowledge gap and people would understand other religions more. People are scared of what they don't know, which may be why they are scared of Muslims. To officially understand the issues and crises in the world involving different religions, one must be aware of different religions' beliefs. Teaching religion in schools will not only help students know more information about different religions, it will help students gain a better understanding of people in general and will lead to a more accepting and understanding world.